What's up, future fighters? We are back. We are uploading video number 2 in today's series on the Making a Future Fighter playlist. We are building some AI, and we went over that in the last 2 videos, all the concepts, and I demonstrated kind of conceptually what we're doing. Just want to switch up the background here for us so we can keep getting a nice varied look while we test, make it a little bit more interesting for you guys. And so we're going to jump right into the code. Here we are. We're making our auto strike distance script, and what we're going to be returning. We're going to be returning a variable which is the strike distance. I'll just do it like this. And that's going to be calculated from the concept that we talked about last time. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the base horizontal speed, and that's going to get multiplied by the number of frames that lead up to the strike, and also the strike itself. So that's going to have to be passed here as an argument. So this is just kind of how I notate my scripts here. Let's see, what is that variable called? Let me grab it real quick. Strike frame index, that's what it is. So this is going to be the strike frame index that you're going to have to pass to it, because it's going to vary. Each strike distance is going to vary depending on the particular strike sprite, because they're all different. So you have to tell it which one you want it to do. You can auto detect this. This is possible for Shadow to auto detect this in game, but the way we're going to do it, I'm kind of doing a little bit of a hybrid approach, whereas I'm kind of going to do all the detection up front, and then apply it to the AI later. It's not completely an automated approach, but it's faster to do it this way. So that's what we're going to need. Strike distance. Okay, so that's going to be the first parameter, and that because we need to add that on to the actual distance from whatever the strike is, from the center of the sprite to the edge of the strike. And so that is going to be contained in the offset. And so these values are also coded, which is pretty interesting. Let me set the sprite array. Okay, those are the variables in the custom sprite settings. Okay, so this is really where everything can happen here. Okay, sorry, just getting everything situated here for us. Good. Okay, so we're using our short range strike 1 as the sort of the base case, and those parameters are also going to have to be passed. Actually, no, since we're running this right after we set the offset, we can actually get those we can actually get. So we're using this function here, sprite set the offset x off, the x position of the origin and the y position of the origin. Okay, so that's going to give us, so we can get the x position of the origin, and we can actually get the sprite offset, which that is really what we need. Let me show you that. Get let's see, sprite. How about x? How about just offset? Well, sprite. Get x offset. There it is. So yeah, that's we were already there. So we can get the x offset. Actually, there's an easier way to do this. There's just sprite x offset, and that will give it to us, and so it's not centered. So it's not centered for the, okay, this is actually very interesting. So for what I'm looking at is the code for the attack frames, and of course those have to be adjusted so all the sprites lined up. It's not exactly right in the center. There is a way to do it in the center if you have all the sprite boxes the same side, but I like to keep trim and keep the sprite sizes as small as possible, so it cuts down on load times. So, and you guys have seen Feature Fighter get loaded, so it's pretty low. So I think what I'm gonna do is I need to do a little bit more research before we go any further on this. And so while I do that, go to drbrockgames.com and check out the alpha version of the game. You can see the current features that are in the game. You can see the 2 characters that are currently motion captured and playable in the game. You can see those characters' motion captured moves and features in action. Then you can put your email address in at the bottom, and I'll let you know when the game comes out. Then come back to YouTube because we have more AI to make. I'll see you there.